truth unfolds, our naked souls. 1 second can make us work with broken parts and silent heartbeats. What would happen now if you stay? You won't know if you walk away. Only heaven will play our song now before you go.
Hello everyone, my name is HSEL Elijah, aka Squid. Welcome to the High School Esports League Holiday 2017-2008 Majors. We got a great game coming up for you here, everyone. We have the MAST Neo ROTCs versus the SHS Titanium Titans. Got a pretty good caster who's going to cast this game for you today. Marcel, how you doing today, Marcel?
I'm doing just fine. Thanks for the introduction. So, yeah, sorry if it sounded a bit different. I changed mics. Still looking for my other one. But nonetheless, I am, extremely excited for this game. I haven't casted in a while, since like last week or something. So, yeah, it's kind of fun to get back into the groove. I love it. But, anyways, today we are going to see a match between Stevenson and MAST. Just by looking at this team, MAST, a lot of them are very high ranks, besides Revenge of Pi. But just by looking at them blatantly, MAST kind of has that experience advantage that, you can see and, you can kind of almost predict the outcome. Whereas Stevenson, they have a lot of low ranks, and only like 2 of them are above rank 100, where you have like a level 600 on their team. But maybe there might be, maybe they just, just got the accounts just to look a bit more professional or something like that. But yeah, so anyways, we are going to see, we're going to be on King's Row first off, so that's going to be pretty interesting. We see a lot of King's Row actually throughout the season, last season, so hopefully we will have an interesting matchup on our hands. But yeah, anyways, I should probably stop rambling and get on into the match. Right now, teams are still, deciding on who to go, what kind of compositions they want to run. I imagine that MAST would have, a bit more of a interesting composition, as, with the experience that comes with them. They'll probably know a bit more about, good matchups, good teamwork that you can, have with a composition. And as I say that, we are going to see that triple DPS coming out of MAST, which is actually very interesting. Triple DPS is something that we don't normally see, other than like maybe triple tank, but that's not even the point. So triple DPS coming out of MAST, which is very interesting for them. Whereas on the side of Stevenson, it's just a simple 2-2-2 composition. So they got some tricks up their sleeve, and hopefully we can see some good kills out of I don't even know how to pronounce that, but the Widowmaker player on Team MAST, Hyism or something like that. Hyism, he's probably going to switch back to tank, as I'm talking about this, but it'd be nice to see him stay on there. Maybe he might switch to Hanzo, who knows? Hanzo is a very prominent pick on this map. But we will be seeing it almost hit the Mercy, which is very good play from him, except we do see a Junkrat out of position and does get sniped from Hyism, which is great pick from him. That's a lot of DPS just immediately lost from Stevenson, and he will have delayed spawn as well. So we will see the Reinhardt poison kind of just making it the first move and seeing if he can deal some damage onto this D.Va, and D.Va will get demech'd, so that is not good for them, and kills are just being flooded by the kill feed, as it's all red right now up in there, and that's just a great first push from MAST, just like as we predicted. Res comes out of Mastro, just so we can get the Junkrat back up, so he doesn't have to have a long walk back, and he can provide that instant damage on the way back. And he already does have the ultimate. Nobody can really hit it properly, and does get Reinhardt, which is good, so that's already some shields down. Junkrat, once again, out of position, and is just going to get eaten up by the Zarya. Well, fortunately, he does get saved by the Mercy, but still, their Lucio player does go down, and that's a lot of it's a lot of just, like, it's not very good how do I say this? I'm lost for words. It's not very good, I guess, teamwork coming out of them. They're not really grouping up fast enough, and they're not. Their disengages are very poor. Luckily for them, we do see Junkrat get a nice kill, but Earthshatter is going to come out of poison and gets already 2 kills. Attack Visor gets popped from Soldier 76 and gets 2 with that, and now Perkins just left to be stalled out and just dies to Ziftry. So good job from MAST, just bring this right back up after that, right after losing that fight. So now they are regrouping, which is good. I think their disengages are just very poor. Their engages are okay, and they're able to punish some mistakes coming out of MAST, a few mistakes that they are actually doing. They're able to just quickly punish those. However, they're not doing it enough, and their disengages are just, is the fall of them. Now, Junkrat is finally turning on and gets a couple kills, but that's quickly going to be stopped as Ziftry is going to get a nice kill onto the Soldier. And Soldier does pop the ultimate, but is just going to get shut down from a nice Dragon Blade. Shadow Dragon, though, does get 2 reses off of his Valkyrie. And they haven't capped the point just yet, but Poison finally is willing to change this and does get 2 out of that Earthshatter, which is great from him. And finally, they will cap the point. And now, in times like this, now they have a very, very, very high spawn advantage. Junkrat already pops the ultimate, see if he can get some early picks off of this Perkin. Gets a nice Earthshatter, allowing the Junkrat to get 2 easy kills from that. Now, Perkin is very low, and Poison is looking for that kill, but Lucio does shut him down. Now, Zenyatta does pop the ultimate just to stay alive, and isn't very good from him. Ziftry pops the Dragon Blade as well, and these are a lot of, split ultimates that are being popped from all of these teams, which isn't really surprising to see. I mean, especially from MAST with such experience backing them up. They shouldn't have really popped that Dragon Blade ultimate, even though, you might have gotten a couple kills. But still useless nonetheless. Now, Apathetic Fox is trying to get this duel on to his counterpart Soldier. Now, Attack Visor does get popped, though, out of the Soldier. Fortunately, it does get saved, but Shadow Dragon does not. It's now, kills are being traded back and forth from both sides. Mastro gets the res onto kickflips, so he's going to have some of that damage allowed back from Soldier 76 in the back line. Perkin just left to die from Stevenson. The res trying to come out, but it is not going to be enough. Mercy doing a great job just healing up and damage boosting their team, not allowing Stevenson to get back onto the point. And that is going to be the round 1 from MAST. And so it was really interesting to see. I mean, you could just predict that just by looking at the start. What am I saying? You could kind of predict that outcome from the starting fight. Disco, I love these names. Disco Seiko, I don't know how to pronounce it, but their Junkrat player on from Stevenson. That was just a very poor execution. Them being he was very, very, very far pushed. He was just overextending basically in their spawn without aid of his friendly supports. I can't speak today. I'm sorry. It's basically Christmas Eve. We got one more day to Christmas Eve, so I'm kind of on break mode right now. So sorry if I'm stuttering a bit. But anyways, as I was saying, so that Junkrat player was very very high pushed. What am I saying? He was basically in their spawn. And so when he tried to get a couple kills, he wasn't able to. So he easily was able to, he was trying to jump out, jump over the choke, which is a good strategy. However, he didn't account for the Widowmaker coming out of MAST that, just shut him down easily. Junkrat doesn't have that small of a hitbox. It's a pretty easy target for any sniper. And the Widowmaker was just able to just counter that completely. So hopefully we won't see anything, like that again. And another thing that was it was basically Stevenson's downfall was their disengages. Their disengages were very poor. The Junkrat player was, he's always a bit overextending, and that's not very good, that's not really good teamwork coming out of them. With the Lucio coming on a Delta Gamer, they should easily be able to, okay, we're just going to speed boost out of the point, and they're not doing that correctly. So hopefully we will see some better play coming out of the side, but for now, we already are going to see Ziftry get a nice pick onto this Costico, and right now that's just it's not very good strategy coming out of them. Now Mercy doesn't have the res, and he's not going to be able to res up Delta Gamer. Ziftry getting another nice pick onto the Tracer, and he already has the ultimate, already just 20 seconds into the game. So that's very good coming out of Ziftry. Ziftry really is doing a great job onto this DPS role. Really is just, on the Genji in the last game, he was able to get a lot of good Dragon Blades that just helped, especially, from the help of Poison. So very good job from him, but right now, Junkrat is just laying a lot of good fire from this terrace up here. However, he is at 3 health, and he really needs to just get healed up as fast as he possibly can. Or else he's just going to go down from, anything right now. So right now, Disco Sicko is really just trying to lay down a couple damage, but it's not really helping him at all. Kickflip's getting a nice 2-piece onto Apathetic Fox, demeching him and killing him as well. Ziftry does go down, however, to the Tracer, but he's just going to get res back up. But Mercy doesn't have the res right now, and hopefully they can, they can take advantage of this this loss. But right now, it's really just, we can just see Stevenson just split pushing at this point. Not really having any, not really being able to do anything. Finally, Hiccups does go down, and that's not really going to get resed up. So now, with the man advantage, hopefully they will do something, and we're going to see Disco Sicko trying to jump into this point, laying a lot of damage onto their tanks, but he's not going to be able to get out of the corner, and will go down to Ziftry, and that's not really going to do anything from them. However, the res does come out, and he does hit that. However, Perkin just goes down to his counterpart, Reinhardt, and Apathetic Fox is trying to hit as many hits as he can, and many snipes as he can onto this enemy team, but he's just going to get healed up. This is not very good play coming out of him. I would rather him switch to a Hanzo if he really wants to stay onto the sniper role. But right now, the Tracer player, I don't even want to try to pronounce that name, is really on this point harassing the team, but he hasn't even been able to get a tick. Now, Mercy does pop the res, hopefully being able to try to res this Tracer player, maybe? Does have 2 more reses back up, but doesn't get that res in time. Right now, it's just focusing on his tanks, trying to keep them alive. Both men are up, but Disco Sicko finally gets a pick onto Poison, which is great from him because now they don't have a tank player to shield all of their healers. Now, Ziftry does get a nice pick onto Shadow Dragon, and now both teams doesn't have a healer. Except now they are coming back into the fight, and still, we just see MAST always having this man advantage, always having that one more man to just carry for them. And right now, they don't really have to try as hard, because with the split pushing, all they have to do is just target one player by one. And, right now, we're just seeing Apathetic Fox. We're seeing if he can get his way out of this. Fortunately, he does, without really taking too much damage. But right now, honestly, I feel like this is partially the healer's fault. Stevenson, even though they aren't as advanced, they really need to have very good healers in order to really do anything. Shadow Dragon, basically, yep, he does go down. And right now, I'm not sure exactly what to do. The Tracer player is pretty much the only player who kind of is doing something. But even though he's flanking around the team, it's not enough. They really need to, call out these flanks and call out who he's going to target. Now, he does drop down to the point and does get stuck in between the tree and the car, and that's not good. Poison is easily going to be able to take him out. And now with only 10 seconds left, I don't know if Tracer's going to be able to come back. Right now, Apathetic Fox, being the main DPS dealer for this team, needs to hit some very lucky snipes onto this team, and is not being able to do that fast enough. And he will switch to Farah to even get this damage close enough, but he isn't going to be able to get to the point fast enough, and MAST will take the game. And that was kind of brutal to watch, honestly. The DPS from MAST were very good. I especially want to, I do want to point out Kickflips on this soldier role, doing a very good job, just laying down just that basic damage that you need to do as a soldier, just applying that damage, that constant damage, so then, when the heals are kind of, irrelevant at this point. So then, you got your heroes like Junkrat, with Ziftry played just perfectly, able to, just take out all these players. Ziftry with gold limbs, I think it was 45 limbs, as I saw in there. That was a very, very nice job from him. And he did play a little bit of the Genji. So yeah, taking on this captain role onto his team. Oh, excuse me. This DPS role that he has on MAST is just it's very good. He needs to be able to, punish, the overextensions from Stevenson. And so, yeah, so next game we will be heading onto Lijiang Tower. So hopefully Stevenson will have a bit more of an advantage, or at least a bit more of a fair fight against MAST, as, control points are pretty even. It really just comes down to who can get more eliminations and who can defend better. So hopefully we will see that out of Lijiang Tower. So we're just ready. We're just waiting for both teams to be ready. I think MAST is probably going over, or Stevenson, sorry, is going over, just some things that they should work on, because there is a lot of things that they should do. Just simple things that they should, fix, like simply disengaging a bit better. Delta Gamer really needs to call out. He really needs to be the shot caller for this team on this Lucio role, as disengaging is very difficult for this team. All they have to do is just regroup, turn on the speed boost, and then get out of there as fast as they can. And they're just getting picked off one by one, and so now they're just split spawning, and they're not really able. They're just losing a lot of time just trying to regroup, to the point where they just need to start split pushing. This is not good from Stevenson, and MAST just gets easy kills, as all they have to do is just target player by player. It does look like both of these teams are finally ready, so we will be heading on to this map.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
So this is going to be game 2 of the Overwatch match for today. Will be MAST versus Stevenson. If you guys are just tuning in, Stevenson took a tough loss. It was MAST who took the game on Kings Row 2-0, pretty dominating fashion. Ziftry being their main DPS, he played Genji and he played Junkrat to just to a point. It was very good. It was very good gameplay coming out of Ziftry. For the side of Stevenson, however, basically all of their strategy was very poor. Strategic play was very poor, especially in the disengages. You saw Disco really just not being able to deal enough damage on the Junkrat roll. At least that's what I thought. It might have been, yeah, so wasn't really able to deal enough damage. CJ Snyder, however, on the Tracer roll, was dealing a good amount of damage. However, it wasn't sufficient enough, because he was flanking the enemy team, and they weren't able to, take advantage of that damage that he's just laying. So the game will start. Both teams going 2-2-2. And we are going to see CJ Snyder on the Soldier role, however, besides the Tracer role, as that will be carried on from Apathetic Fox. Now, CJ Snyder, though, does go down to kickflips, and kickflips is really doing a great job on this DPS role, just laying down a lot of standard damage, being damage boosted by the by Mastro on the Mercy, and now all these easy kills coming out of MAST easily secures them the point. So they will be getting the point first, and Revenge of the Pie does get rezzed up from Mastro, which is a very good res from them, because now they don't have to worry about all these players on the ground. And that was just a very easy kill from kickflips, as he's just going to knock Perkin off of the point. And this is really just sad to see. They're just stuck in this room, and Farrah can just take very, very, very good advantage of this small space. Now kickflips does try to get that boop onto Soldier, but not really going to be able to get that, as he is smarter than that. However, Genji does pop the ultimate and gets a nice 4-piece, to finish that off. It almost goes down to CJ Snyder, but isn't able to secure the kill just yet. Ziftry now in bad territory and does get shut down from the Soldier. Now, the ultimate does come out of Hism, and it's easily going to get shut down. Now, Mastro, using the using the Valkyrie, kind of arguable at this point, because, as they are trying to spawn camp Stevenson, I don't know if the res was perfectly used in that spot, because, especially the Diva nuke, because it was right in front of a Soldier. Mastro does get fallen from the Earth Shatter, but somehow stays alive, does get finally shut down from the Ana player, which is good from him, as the Rocket Barrage, taking out everyone, basically having a team kill onto, for MAST. and now Stevenson is really just getting shut down, and this spawn camp is working very well. Now Revenge of the Pie is being cornered and tries to stay alive using the Transcendence. So really, I guess it was a good ultimate. Except Mastro does have the res back up, so it was kind of useless for him. But do want to take a look at kicks flips, as he does get a nice 2-piece just from using that one boop. And that's a very good job from him. Attack Visor. There's good power from CJ Snyder, so then he can finally shut down the spawn camp, as there's only 3 more percents left from this team, but doesn't get to the point fast enough, and that is going to be the round 1 from Mastro. And really, it was just kickflips dealing a lot of damage on that Pharah. Not only were the rockets just very effective, but the boops coming out of kickflip's abilities were just, it was insane. He did a really nice job. I failed to remember the name of that ability, but basically the boops, he just got a boop every 3 seconds. Every time that was off cooldown, he used it, tried to boop somebody off the map, and you can do that a lot on that map. Just trying to get to the point. So the compositions won't change. However, kickflips is going to go onto that Genji roll besides the Pharah, which is I agree with that. That's okay. CJ Snyder gets a nice kill onto Zistri, and that's a very good early pick from him. Shadow Dragon right now corners the Zenyatta, but is really just getting healed up from Mastro, but now the Mastro goes down. Now there's not as much heals to go around for MAST. Hism, though, does get down both of their healers, which is very nice from him. However, Perkin is doing a nice job on this Roadhog, and on the point is just open and free for Stevenson. So finally a nice, very good engage from Stevenson will finally secure them the first point onto this map. So right now they just need to do a good job of defending. And right now, just looking at MAST, they're kind of split pushing at this point. However, Winston does get the nice duel, does target a really good player, Winston. Zistri does take down Discosico, but at the cost of his life. Apathetic Fox easily takes down Zenyatta. However, kickflips does pop the Dragon Blade, but doesn't really get too much from it. However, he does take out CJ Snyder. And right now, MAST has a very high man advantage. Shadow Dragon tries to take out the Mercy player and is still looking for that kill. Finally does get it. Shadow Dragon receiving a lot of good healing from Discosico, and they're defending this point very well, already at 40%, as this was basically contested throughout the entire fight. The ult does come out of Haas just to hit Hyazum just to kind of stay alive, but it does go down as well. And right now, Stevenson is doing a very good job at, defending. And as I was talking about the healers in the first matchup, they're doing a very good job right now. I think, Discosico really just had to up into this Hannah roll, and, however, even though he did go down early in the fight, he did go up quick enough. He did spawn back quick enough so he could heal up all these tanks. Earthshatter does come out of Shadow Dragon, but doesn't really get too much from it. His Hyazum really is just trying to get as much as he can. However, Zistri just pops the Pulse Bomb, but doesn't really get anything from that. And right now, all these whiffs from these ultimates do cost them the point, as finally MAST is going to have the point secured. So finally, however, Stevenson already has 81% onto the point, and that's huge for them. All they need is really just one team fight, one for them, and they have a lot of ultimates, ready at their disposal. They have the Attack Visor ready. They have Perkin with his ultimate, as he's gonna pop that and easily gets 2 with the help of Apathetic Fox. Poison gets very low and pops out the Winston ultimate. And really is just trying to slap around as many people as he can, but it's not enough. Hyazum gets 1 player though from his Diva Nuke, and that will give them the man advantage now, as Hyazum does take out CJ Snyder as he popped the ultimate. And right now, we just see kickflips on the high ground, dealing a lot of damage that is not being dealt with from Stevenson, and is easily just going to be able to pop heads off from Stevenson. It's a really good push from them, and I like kickflip's strategy of going onto the high ground early in the fight, or at least in the mid-fight. Now, Shadow Dragon is going to get the nice charge, and it does take out Tracer in that. But right now, Hyazum with these nukes, are really arguable. He's kind of just pops the nuke anytime that he dies, and that kind of cost him his life. I wouldn't have, popped that nuke there because you could have saved that for the next fight because you need every ultimate as you can. And now you just see them losing the fight, and that's not very good strategy from them. Now, the res does come out of Mastro. He's going to get shut down from Mastro Fox. And right now, Winston is just, being left to die at this point. Ziftry does get the ultimate, and we're seeing a good job from him, but that was the only ultimate that they had. And honestly, that was very poor strategy coming out of MAST. Now, the attack visor does get popped out of kickflip, see if he can get anything from it, but he is going to get shut down from Perkin. Nice hook from Perkin, and he's just doing a wonderful job onto this Roadhog, as he's going to push everyone off the point with his whole hog. And right now, really, we're just seeing some stall tactics coming out of MAST, but right now they do get the man advantage and do get the point back. Lucio, see if he can install this point just a bit more, but it isn't enough. And right now, we have a close game on our hands. I thought that Stevenson had this in the bag, but, they were able to get ultimates fast and efficiently. Ziftry does have the pulse bomb, looking for a nice target, tries to get the mana player, unfortunately gets 2 off of that. So right now, with only 20% left onto the point, ultimate does come out of Mercy, and right now we're just looking to see if they can spawn camp this as much as they can so they don't have to come back to the point. Shadow Dragon does get a nice pick, get a nice charge onto Poison, and Apathetic Fox does get onto the point fast enough so they can contest it, except Revenge of Pi does pop the Transcendence. Shadow Dragon is back onto the point and see if he can stall anything. But CJ Snyder pops attack visor and isn't going to get anything, but the counterattack visor coming out of kickflips is easily going to take down everyone off the team as he gets a 4-piece easily. And right now the Demon Nuke is just going to secure this win. And that was a great game. Only if the rest of the game was like that from Stevenson. Just took them a bit to, get into the groove, but it wasn't enough for Stevenson, as MAST easily took that match. And that will be the game for Stevenson. So we're going to play the game coming out of Ziftry as, we saw the spawn camp coming out of this team. And almost goes down to CJ Snyder, but does get rest back up later in the fight. But very deserving play of the game. But congratulations to MAST. Stevenson kind of started to learn from their mistakes towards the end of the game. And, I would say that MAST was almost ignorant in some cases, because in that first fight, they just lost that. And then when they could have just brought it back when they were around like 86%, when Stevenson was at 86%, they easily could have just run that game if all they had to do was just save their ultimates. The next fight, they would have had a Diva Nuke, they would have had attack visor, but they wasted it. Fortunately, Ziftry was able to bring it back up, and therefore they were able to win the game. So, anyways, congratulations to MAST. Very good job from them. Stevenson still has a lot of improvements to go, but that was a very fun game to cast. So it has been Sky, or HSEL Marcel, and there's interviews? Oh, well, there is interviews. So maybe we might be interviewing a player from MAST or Stevenson. So we will be hopefully getting that up shortly. We're getting Ziftry? Okay, nice. So we will be having Ziftry. So we'll be getting Ziftry as he is the captain of MAST in the lobby, so we can see what he has to say about the game. So we will be waiting for that. Yeah. But pretty interesting job from them. I have to give it to Stevenson, though. Towards the end, they did kind of get a rhythm, and they did kind of get the groove of what they had to do. And Shadow Dragon really did kind of step it up as a tank role, making a lot of space for the DPS to do their job, and that is exactly what the tanks have to do. So, unfortunately, it wasn't enough. Maybe if they did that throughout, the entirety of the match, maybe, like, if they played like that the entirety of the match, even in King's Row, as they were kind of trying to defend, they probably would have had that. At least it would have been a closer game. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough for Stevenson. And they do have a lot to learn. Watching the VOD over that game is going to be very beneficial for Stevenson to learn from their mistakes. It was just some simple mistakes that they could easily fix, just by having a bit more of experience. And this is a very good experience for them. to play against a team at this caliber. MAST wasn't the best team that I've seen, but they knew at least how to exploit the mistakes that Stevenson were making, and Genji was usually able to counter these players, and with these counter picks, it was just easy for them to win. So very good job from MAST, knowing how to do that, and that just comes with experience. So yes, we are still waiting for a interview. So yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, here he is. So yeah, so how's it going, Zifstry? This is Zifstry from MAST. He was the DPS player for MAST. So how do you feel after this win? It was a pretty easy win for you guys.
Yeah, it was good. We had good coordination. It was lots of fun.
Yeah, I can see you guys kind of just having fun, spawn camping and stuff like that. So what do you think you guys did well, and what do you guys think that you guys did not as well in this fight?
We coordinated well. Our comms were popping. We were all screaming our asses off. Can I say the word ass? We were all screaming our butts off. Sorry, it's PG. We didn't do well was we overextended and we died a lot, but it's okay. We're working on it.
Yeah. Just a couple problems here and there on your team. You guys, seem pretty experienced, and good job from you, on that DPS role, and really good job from the other players.
Thank you.
But so what do you have? Do you have any suggestions? For Stevenson, what do you think they could have done better to have a better match?
Probably coordinate a little bit better. A lot of times the DPS were in front of the shield. They weren't really diving together, although they weren't running dive. A lot of split gameplay. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I kind of agree with that too. The Junkrat players were just pushing up every time.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the Kings Row match,
Yeah,
it was just easily picked off from Widow. So, yeah, I totally agree. So how do you guys, prepare for your games? How did you prepare for this match, and how do you practice in general?
I linked a video of Lil Pump singing "Get for 10 hours, and I made all my players watch it. Other than that, we practice once a week.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting, I guess. Most players, you see them kind of practice once a week and stuff like that. So pretty interesting from you guys. So how did you guys feel about the match after the stomp after the first game? Were you guys pretty confident that you were going to take Lijiang Tower?
Yeah. They won their last match. I wasn't sure if it was going to be an easy win or just a team equal of skill. But after the Kings Row, I pretty much just said, hey, you guys can have fun, play whatever you want. And I tried to make sure we didn't block the spawn doors too much, so it was at least a little bit of a fair match. But I mean, I think we did all right. They had some good fights on Lijiang. They almost took that map.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did you guys feel? When you guys kind of lost the first fight, and there were a couple ultimates just being thrown around towards the end, which I was kind of talking about because towards the end, I knew you guys were trying to get trying to get back onto the point, but Diva and Nukes just kind of going back and forth, just trying to stay alive. And once that Diva nukes and just gets shut down from the Reinhardt player, it was kind of just a waste of a nuke. So how'd you guys feel? Once it kind of got close, did you guys kind of start to step it up?
Every fight we lost, we blamed kickflips because he just wasn't putting out the work he needed to as DPS. That worked pretty well. DPS kickflips is the punching bag of the team, and he plays that role pretty well. So we pretty much just get all our frustration out of him, and then we just come back and wipe him. I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you guys started to bring it back in overtime, and that was pretty interesting. I really liked that game, especially Lijiang. But anyways, so don't really have much time left. But anyways, do you have anything else to say to the stream before?
No, you guys did good casting. Good job.
All right, thank you.
Match. All right, peace, pal.
Yep, thanks for that interview. So that was Zifstry from MAST. So anyways, in conclusion, MAST wins the game over Stevenson 2-0. Don't know what that was, but anyways, it has been a pleasure casting. I'm Sky or HSEL Marcel, and I'm gonna bring it over back to Elijah to close out the game.
Thank you very much, Marcel, for casting us today, and thank you to SHS Titanium Titans and MAST Neo ROTCs for letting us catch a game today. Fun fact, everyone, actually. I don't know. MAST is actually the school that's in the same district that I was. I found that out the other day. I thought it was a different MAST. There's a couple of them in states. So yeah, that was interesting to find out. It's a bit of a hometown rooting for me, considering my high school doesn't compete in HSEL, unfortunately. But those are our games for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. If you did miss any of the games we streamed today, which would be our League of Legends THS versus WHS game, and here Overwatch MAST versus SHS, we will be running a vodcast immediately after this. Podcast is free to watch. If you would like to watch the VODs at a later date, you will have to subscribe to the Varsity Network Twitch channel. It's very cheap. It's only $5 a month, and for all of that, you get access to the VODs. You can use special emotes and chats, like VSN Watt of our very own Critter, VSN Dadman of our very own Aaron, aka Dadman, VESN Oof, which is our favorite oof emote. You see it used a lot. It was also used a lot in the Discord server, as long as the HSEL dab emote. You also get access to a special role in the Discord server, which is higher than the captain, so it makes you look cooler than them, considering people see them before the subscribers before they see the captains. You also get access to special text and voice channels in the Discord as well. And on top of that, you can use those emotes in the Discord server. Oof or dab is no longer available. You can use those again in the Discord server if you do subscribe to the Varsity Network Twitch channel. Other than that, if you want to see the VODs at a later date, we will be uploading them to our YouTube channel. For those of you who are wondering about the semifinals and final VODs, those will be up very soon. They're currently in the process of getting clipped down, since they would be long 7-hour VODs, and we don't want you guys to have to sit through all of that just to watch like one specific series of matches. So those will be coming out in the next couple of days. Match VODs are usually updated uploaded within a week of their streaming, so that'll be very good. And other than that, if you are not aware, matches on Monday are being moved to Tuesday, I believe. Please stay tuned for more messages about that in the Discord server. There will be no matches on Monday in observance of a holiday. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching the stream today. My name has been HSEL Elijah, aka Squid. Happy holidays to all. And again, if you missed any of our matches today, want to see them again, please stay tuned for that vodcast.